I'm leaving from training. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. It's raining so loud right now. I'm leaving from training, and I'm finishing up, and somebody comes in the gym asking if a doctor dude, asking if anybody's got an old Envoy, and I'm like, yeah, they point to me, and the guy's like, you backed into a car, and were you looking when you backed into the car and all that stuff? My first response when they asked, I was like, yeah, me. And then when he first was accusing me, I was like, oh, I didn't start defending myself or anything like that, because maybe I did back into somebody's car. I don't know. I'm more of like, okay, let's go take a look attitude, but the guy's already starting with the you did this and you did that, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not even gonna, let's just go see what happened. And I was in the gym for a couple hours training, and so this guy is like, I get out to the car, it's raining, and then the woman who owns the car that works in his office, he's a doctor, I guess she works in the office too, she's standing out there, and I'm like, oh man, when I originally backed up, I felt like I was getting close to the car behind me. I knew it was a gray car, and this was a gray car still, so this is a couple hours later, so by all means I could have made up a million stories like, oh, how do I know you didn't pull into me, or bunch of drama. I could have covered it up. There's a lot of things I could have got away with. But anyway, so let me just run back the story. So I get out there and I look, and I'm like, yeah, my bumper is slightly up on touching the bumper behind me. So I'm like, all right, let me pull up my truck a little bit and see what's going on here. And there was a small little indentation. It was a new Murano. They had a new Murano. A small little indentation. You could barely tell, and it was up under the part where you have to go underneath in order to look, basically. So I'm like, all right, when I backed in, I knew I was getting tight on the spot behind me, but I watched the car behind me intently, and I never saw it move, and I figured out, okay, I'm far enough back, let me just stop now. I know that's not the best way of doing it, watching to see if the car behind you is going to move or not, whether you're back far enough. But, I saw curbs there, so I assumed also the curbs wouldn't let us get that close. But just to be on the safe side, I just stopped. I stopped. Car didn't move, nothing like that. I didn't feel any bump. Car didn't move. So then I got out, and the first thing I noticed was there were curbs there. And for some reason, that was okay with me at the time. I'm like, okay, there's no way I backed up into their car because I didn't see it move. There's curbs there. I grabbed my bag and hurried up and got in the gym because I wanted to start warming up. Didn't even bother to look, honestly, which was stupid on my part. Because right then and there, I could have probably pulled out of the parking spot and nobody would have even been the wiser. They wouldn't even notice. Because let me get to that part of the story. So anyway, the guy, when I get out of the car after moving it up, he's like, you didn't do this, you didn't, and he's still like, you, and I'm being like really apologetic, like, man, if I did that, my bad, I apologize, whatever. But this guy walks into an MMA gym, pointing his finger and you, and then I get outside and he's like, you, and I gotta had enough, and I'm like, I tell him, listen, shut the fuck up. And I said, shut the fuck up. Enough with the you. Okay, I get it. I'm a fucking bad dog. You don't gotta keep rubbing my nose in it. Relax. And he was like, oh, he started to say something. I said, just listen, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because I've gotten fed up at this point. And I think the whole point of this story is, first off, they did call the police. I waited. And I even told the girl, I was like, there's no indentation there anymore. I looked again, there wasn't none. It popped out. And so she literally had to reach underneath there and feel it. She was like, but I feel scratches. And I'm like, whatever. So I let the police come. I even let them talk, and I stayed out of it. And the police even came and said, man, there's nothing going to come from this. You're probably going to screw up your insurance. But meanwhile, let's get back to this guy. What's wrong with people these days, man? Everybody's like that. And then that's why I don't even like leaving the house anymore. Because everybody's such an asshole to each other. You know how many times I've been backed up into, and I've gotten out of the car, and either there was damage or wasn't damage to me. Either way, I'm like, dude, they always see me jump out of the car and automatically assume, oh shit, it's on. This guy's gonna flip out on me or whatever. And I'm always the opposite of what they think. I'm always like, damn, dude, you alright? Everything cool? all right, no big deal. Or, okay, we got to call the police because there's damage, whatever. But I'm not like, oh, you dumbass, what were you thinking? I don't get why people are like that with each other. I guess this little freaking doctor guy felt like, he had a one-up on me or something like that, so he wanted to rub it in my face and make him feel like a big man because he's a big pussy. But either way, everybody does that. And what you're going to find in life is it's the pussies. It's the punks that are the meanest people. People that are confident in themselves and they can really handle themselves and take care of themselves, they don't got to go around bullying people. They don't got to go around talking down to people and being mean to people because they're confident. They don't got it. So it's the bullies and the people that are insecure about themselves that feel the need to be assholes to everybody. So that's where the world's going to. I'm not saying everybody's an asshole nowadays. What I'm saying is the world is full of pussies, and I'm getting kind of fed up with it. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Bye bye.